Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW, the Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, it's yours truly, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's Resident Tribal Chief. With me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3, pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's Resident Isaac Hayes King. Isaac Hayes King Tuco. My bad, bro. I'm trying to keep it together. On this special tribute episode, bro. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Right now we got Finn Balor coming out to face Mr. LA Knight. Yeah. Other than that, man, just sitting here and then just going through the motions like everybody else, man, watching this tribute, the tribute to not only Terry Funk but to Bray Wyatt. We know Terry was going through some things. What's going on, Earl? What's up with you, Doug? We know Terry was going through some things, and we're sorry and it's saddened to hear that he had passed. Had a hell of a career, has done a lot, has wrestled everywhere, has fought damn near everyone, and has had an impact in any and every way possible. Respected WWE Hall of Famer, and just a true legend in the game of wrestling. Bray Wyatt was a legend to become. He was on his way. That guy that came out with the Nexus as Husky Harris, man, the Ferrari engine and the Army tank. Man, I never forget that catchphrase because I'm like, man, that's actually badass. I actually like it. I'm like, damn, boy, that'd be a hell of a thing, man. An Army tank with a Ferrari engine like that. Yeah. Would it really run? Could it really go that fast? Like, man, I always wondered that. But to see him to come from that and to kind of go back and come back as Bray Wyatt, the cult leader, the eater of worlds, the guy that we followed him. When he told us he was here, we believed him. When he said he's got the whole world in his hands, we sung along with him. And to have that type of capability as a wrestler is extremely important. To be able to go out and to cut a 10-minute, 15-minute, maybe 20-minute promo and keep the crowd engaged throughout it. So what's going on, Benjamin, man? So it wasn't over yet. It wasn't over yet. We were glad to see him come back. Much, disarray to some people how they felt when he originally came back. Because we had hoped maybe he would come back as the cult leader, thinking like, all right, Triple H, you let him come back as that, like it's like a resurgence of himself or something or whatever. But regardless, we want to see this guy. We want to see him. We want Bray Wyatt back. We want this guy. And I can just sitting here watching through some of these, like right now they're doing the heartfelt message when he came back and he thanked the fans. Like that type of a moment, man, is like, it's kind of cool in a way because he got to show, he got to tell the people how he truly felt. He got to be able to bear to the people how he appreciated the love that we gave him for this character, for the cult leader, for the Fiend. Like, we wanted to see this guy. We wanted to see him win, and we saw him win. He was WWE champion. He's a 2-time WWE Universal champion. Like, Bray, he won. he didn't win maybe how we wanted to see him win at times, and they didn't push. They didn't do what we thought. What would have been better for him. We always said this guy, if anybody, and I still stand on this until someone else can come along and be this. This guy was truly the second coming of the Undertaker. You don't get no better than this guy right here.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And the reason I brought this up is because Doug said exactly what you just said, and me and you talked about Bray's death lay heavy on my heart. It's hard to believe Bray is gone. I feel like he was going through some depression problems. We ain't gonna speculate on that, but they did say it was a heart attack. I believe the Fiend gimmick would have been right up there with the Undertaker. That's something that you and I we talked about several times in the past, and I'm gonna touch on that, but. Again, you got to show love to the original hardcore OG, Terry Funk, right? Him and Foley had hella battles through the years and just going on so on and so forth. But moving to Bray,
it's too.
Bray.
He wasn't done yet, man. He wasn't done yet. I understand God called. When they say God called you home, but he wasn't done yet.
And the thing is, I won't forget. It was you, me, and Flawless at the Parma compound, SummerSlam, eat some Antonio's pizza. And I remember, bro, like we was so hyped because up until the Fiend actually debuted, all we was getting was the Firefly Funhouse Mr. Rogers Bray. So everybody was kind of wondering, like, okay, like, yo, what is this Fiend character actually gonna be? Because like we never really knew. He always alluded to it, but we never knew. And then when he came out with his head as a lantern, and you got to let me in, and he came out, bro. It was the middle of the day when we was watching that entrance. I'm like, yo, it's creepy as shit. Like, it was so bad that parents literally wrote letters to the WWE saying how scary,
dude. When he came out with that lantern with the Bray Wyatt with the coat meter head over, like, bro, like, yo, this dude is sick, and I love it. I love everything about it.
And the thing was, like you said, and especially in such a reality-based era now, right? Where especially when you got social media and athletes and celebrities and everybody, there's not as much of a mystique. There's not as much of, that curiosity to a celebrity or to an athlete now, right? And so, even the Undertaker has broken character after 20 plus years. And he's coming out and he's revealing things, that's going on in the industry, which he would never do 10, 15 years ago. And to have a guy like a Bray Wyatt reinvent himself, literally every single version of himself was believable. Once he left the Husky Harris gimmick, when he became the cult leader, bro, people fell in love with it. It was like Undertaker comparisons then. When he came back as the Mr. Rogers character, it was like, okay, it had some legs. He used it when he needed to. But when he debuted as the Fiend, it was like, because Bray, we seen Bray start, stop. And every single time we got behind Bray, because just when you thought like WWE or personal stifled his momentum, he found a way to bring it back. And when he came back as the Fiend, it was like, yo, we didn't have anything like that since Taker. But Taker was believable for so long already. Taker already had 20 years of skin in the game. It's like there's no way in the 2019s, 2020s, somebody's going to believe in a character like this and it actually works and not be a comedic gimmick. So the fact that he made it so believable, and it was like, yo, this dude got something here. It was amazing. And then I know the promo that everybody talks about when he came back and he gave that heartfelt promo. And he's like, yo, this isn't me playing the character. This is me being who I never was allowed to be in front of you guys. And that's just genuine me. Right.
And that's what I think Earl said, imagine being in creative and having to live with the fact that you completely missed with Bray. And I don't even think it's creative. It's Vince. It was Vince. This was Vince's decision. Anything and everything was final. That was Vince's decision. So it's more on him. But hey, wrestlers pass away every day. He ain't feeling that remorse.
And you hear the stories of, and I don't want to hurt too much on the negative, but you hear the stories of, Vince and Bray butting heads on the creative side. Because for a while, it was going Bray's way, and then Vince eventually had other visions for it, and him and Bray just wasn't able to. And the thing was, man, that match at WrestleMania, when he got burnt up, and I'm like, oh man, they're not doing this. And not to the character already, but needless to say,
But we understood there was a reason for that afterwards. So it was
we understood that. And then the fact that we just lost, Luke Harper, Brody Lee, not long before that, it kind of hurts even more as a fan because it brings me back to Eddie and Benoit, how close their deaths were, right? It was like, Eddie passed, and then it was like a year or some change later. It was like, damn, now Benoit, and you know how close they were. And to see Brody and how heartbroken Bray was over that. And to now it's like, yo, like you say, man.
To see my boy Eric Rowan, man, like my boy, like I nobody ain't going. I know him and Braun Strowman going through it. Like, I know they going through it, like, bro. We just buried one, man. Like, why? No, we're no, like, we're not supposed to be doing this again.
Not to be little, anybody else's, passing, but Funk was a little up there, right? So it was kind of one of those things where it's like it's unfortunate, but it was like he lived life, quote unquote. Bray, again, we're relatively young fathers, respectively compared, and it's just like, yo, bro, like our kids ain't really lived yet, and it's like for him to not be able to see his kids to grow up and to really just live and even make it out the house, and it's like, bro, you ain't even hit 40 yet. That shit hits different because he's only 6 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're technically in the same age bracket. So It's like, bro, like it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. But I will say this, and I'm gonna give WWE and I'm gonna give Triple H and whoever else involved, I'm gonna give them a lot of credit. If it's one thing WWE does well, it's production. But I feel like this one tonight with Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk as well, I feel like this show was very well put together, especially on such short notice. I really feel like within a 2-hour span, they really did a great job of capturing the memories and the essence and the impact of Bray.
Well, I mean, I think that's the big thing about it. It's their focus, and it's so much focused on that, and they're still giving you wrestling. So, and they're giving you good matchups. Like, so it wasn't like we hasn't been no bad matches. That tag team match was pretty good. So, and right now, LA Knight and Finn Balor look like, oh shit, LA Knight just pinned Finn Balor. All right, there you go, right there. Yeah. But
with 4 minutes left,
right, man. Like, but that's the type of but that's the type of show it was, man. It was a good, entertaining show. We're all sad and we're mourning. We're celebrating, but the show must still always go on. Howdy Harper Braun come. Man, that would have been something. But yeah. Doug says Terry was a tough old crazy man. He could make you laugh, which he did. I ain't gonna lie. Chainsaw Charlie made me laugh quite a few times. But yeah, no, man. It was definitely it's just definitely was too soon. We were still waiting to see. They turned the lights out for the last time.
man.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Just leave the lantern in the ring. I like it. I like that picture.
Yeah. All the fireflies. All the fireflies.
The whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world In his hands, he's got the
The
whole.
whole world in his hands.
Hey, bruh, man,
Yeah, yeah.
man, you.
Whew.
Every time he came out, them lights came on. Every time they came out, them people had it lit up.
Damn, man. Ah,
Like
WWE, man.
that
Kudos.
never felt like
Kudos
every
on
time you seen that lantern come out, you just knew you just slow walked it and followed it all the way down to the ring until he
you.
blew it out, and then the lights came on, and then the crowd be like, "Yeah, let's go. We already know what it is. What's up? What you about to say? What you about to do? Who you
And
about
then
to
they
fuck with today?
and then they
Let's go."
and then they do the praise gonna kill you. Man, yo.
And then the crowd just get to chant along. He's got the whole world, and it's like, bro, like really, you just. But to be able to captivate people like that,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is a must in this business. And
And he literally had the whole world in his hands. So when you look at Bray, like you spoke about the Nexus group and the Husky Harris gimmick. When you look at that, we understand Bray Wyatt's lineage, right? You know, IRS, Michael Turner, we understand that. But
right,
you know, for him being a multi-generational kid, a lot of times that either works for you or against you. But he
right.
had a foot in the door. But that Husky Harris gimmick was never going to get over. And the fact that he was able to take what he was as Husky Harris and he was able to cultivate that into what we know as Bray Wyatt. Bro, like, dude, that 360 was something. And like you said, bro, the Wyatt family, we talk about this time and time again 2015, 16, 17, 18, when WWE, and forgive me for cussing, but I'm feeling a little emotional right now. When WWE didn't give a fuck about the tag team division, they didn't give a fuck. You had Bray Wyatt, you had the bangers with the Wyatt family. Then you had the bangers with the Shield.
The
Then you
new
had the
day.
bangers with the Usos.
No,
Then eventually you got
the fight at at the Sister Abigail's compound, the Wyatt compound,
yeah, yeah,
the New Day. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
You had that, and bro, like they were literally carrying and revitalizing the tag team division. And then even when that you had the Bludgeon Bros with Rowan and Harper, they came together after being formed with Bray, and Bray, man, like him and Alexa Bliss when they had the Fiend, and then they had the whole dude. I really truly wish they could have finished that off and paid that off. Alexa Bliss says so many times how she wished that her and Bray they could have went a little longer because you kind of had that
where
Joker
it was
Harley.
going, it was like, oh, this is about to be
Bro, it was
good.
getting good.
And it went where it went. It was like, this cannot be where y'all. And that was the thing that hurt so much because we knew this could not be what y'all were headed to. This could not be what the finish of this was, man. This was supposed to be something different, especially for her because she was supposed to transition to, and I think that was supposed to transition her to being a champion. And then he would be transitioned to maybe being a champion. They both just kind of go crazy running through WWE, which is fine with me. But as right now we're switched to Rampage and we got that boy Orange Cassidy coming out. AEW is gonna show a tribute, man. WWE ain't that cynical.
No. And WWE Impact Wrestling, they've all posted on their social medias tribute videos and things of Bray.
And when that's the one thing about the wrestling community that I can say.
Yeah.
The forbidden door is truly broken down is when a wrestler passed. No, you don't do that. You ain't, no one company got no right to celebrate one person, regardless if they were there or not. So they can do it in their way, and they may use some WWE stuff, but they may use some stuff that we don't know they have. It'd be more personal pictures and stuff with family and friends that people who aren't there that were able to contribute. So we'll see what happens if they. I doubt they do something tonight if they planned it. It may happen more on Sunday. I can see it happen.
I'm looking at it right now. AEW's in Kentucky, so this is definitely pre-taped.
Yeah, this is definitely pre because I'm pretty sure he ain't finna travel over. No, he's already. They already there. I'm pretty sure he's already there. And I figured Rampage would be pre-taped, but it is what it is. But bro, anything else, man? Like we can talk about certain matches. We could, which
bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. There wasn't really too much. I'll just go over the results. If you want, we can finish a little more on Bray. If you want to, we could keep it pushing.
Well, that's what I was talking about. I was saying, what more did you have to talk about Bray? I just like
okay,
yeah.
No, as far as Bray,
you're right, Earl. That I feel you, but business is business. No company wants to look like they're that bad because WWE can't play it fair. So,
well, it's funny you said that because I'm actually gonna bring up somebody from AEW in regards to this. MJF, I watched the interview with MJF earlier, right? And he's talking about the tribalism with WWE and AEW and this is companies in general. But he was like, bro, he was like, and this is him out of character saying, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all a little something. Us in WWE, us in AEW and those in WWE, like behind the scenes, we all cool, like we all tight, like we all root each other on. He was like, to go on them online and see the fans be so tribalistic and so divisive. He's like, bro, y'all don't understand. The better our company do and the better their company does, everybody gets paid. He was like, we want WWE to succeed. WWE wants us to succeed. Like, of course, on screen, yeah, it's still a business. It's
we gotta talk shit. Damn, this is the shit talking business, people. Come on now.
But he was like, the boys and girls in the back, bro. Like, we all want each other, though. Like, bro, he like, you think we really give a damn if WWE outdraws us? Who gives a shit? We're an alternative, and we giving people a chance. He's like, when one company does good, all companies do good.
Bro, two companies were getting ready to be non-existent anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, we was about to just lose two companies, and right now they're both doing pretty good. Because of the competition, because of the platter of wrestling that we have to watch, man. We got about five. You got about five top wrestling promotions: WWE, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, TNA. You got those five as far as top production in wrestling. And then you got all the true independents: the CCW, the AIW. My boy down Texas, my boy
Big Lou Gotti.
Big Lou Gotti. Yeah, I can't think of names right now. All down there. So you got all these other independent companies, and they're being successful. Why? Because you have these other companies that are being successful. So when you have all these other companies that are being successful and need talent, and they need young talent, and they need up and coming talent, they can go to these independent markets and they can look for these talents and they can bring them up. So it's a win-win for everybody across the board, man. Yeah. You can have you can feel how you feel about who's the best, but look, we already know who number one is, and there's nobody's not arguing why they're not number one. All right, we're saying they're number one. Okay, everyone else is leagues and bounds, in between, man. But
and even with AEW being number two, it's like they still light years behind WWE. I love WWE. I love AEW, but come on, man, you got to put respect.
Yeah,
like WWE still
5 years yet, man. Hey, shit.
But I will say this. Think about that though. Think about that.
What up,
Derek said, "Rest in peace, Bray." What's up, Derek? Absolutely. Feel free to join the chat. Give us your thoughts. We talking Bray and Terry Funk, so feel free. But speaking of 5 years in, bro, like this is crazy.
4 years.
4 years in, yeah, because All In was 5 years ago.
Wow.
4 years in, dude. This weekend and 2 more sleeps, we are about to embark on the biggest night in wrestling history, bro. As a fan of this shit, bro. As a true fan of this shit, seeing the heyday of WCW, and we didn't know for 20 years, we didn't know where wrestling was headed because Impact let us down very quickly. And now we got AEW. Bro, what are your thoughts? How's the King feeling like as a fan personally? What does this mean to you, bro?
As a fan, for me, it's an awesome thing for them because this can make or break them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see it break them. I want them to have a good show. They have to have a good show.
Do they have to have a good show?
Everybody's saying they got to have an excellent show. I don't think they have to have an excellent show. They have to have a good show. The show can't totally suck. You can't have 1 or 2 matches be okay and everything else be a crap fest all the rest of it.
Yeah.
You got to put on a solid show. You're going to get a certain excitement just on fan service alone, because you have certain talent that people want to see, show up. And for the most part, outside of injury or or travel issues, you got pretty much, I'll say 90% of the people you need for this show. You found a way to incorporate a lot of people. You brought people from other companies into the show. You got the Aussie Open defending the championships against your champion and number one contender. You got Will Ospreay coming back to fight Chris Jericho. You got Shibata fighting with Kenny Omega and Heyman Page against Bullet Club Gold of Jay White and Switch and Juicy and that boy Takesha, aka Take a Shitter. You got Darby Allin. You got Darby Allin and Sting now going up against Swerve and Christian Cage. I mean, you can feel how you feel about some of these matches, but he's got to put together something. And I feel like I feel like if anything, the question will be how good the next pay-per-view will be after this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Tony's put a lot of effort into this. I think he already kind of knew what he wanted to do. And if certain things didn't work out, he already had it in place what he was going to do. So I got confidence that this will be a good show. Like flat out, man. This will be 3.5, possibly 4-star show. Just because I know we're going to get some good matches, and there are some storylines and some stuff that people are going to be invested in. And again, just because you're giving people some of the folks that they never or they didn't think they would see in a long time, or people you're giving them people that they didn't think they would fight. So you're giving the fans fan service.
Yeah, and we about to get back into these Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk things, questions and comments. But to elaborate on what you said, and a knock that a lot of people have been saying was, Tony Khan is too much of a quote unquote mark, and I hate using that term, but he's too much of a fan of the business. But see, to me, that's where I feel like that's kind of like a slap in the face, because for years we were, bitching and complaining about Vince not understanding the characters, Vince not doing this, Vince not doing that, Vince always booking from a business perspective and not giving a shit about the fans. How many times have we seen WWE, Vince, and everybody else come out, we hear you, and then they go do the same exact shit that we just bitched about, or they'll do it halfway, but then still put their own little twist on it to still get what they want out the end. And then you get Tony Khan, who's a guy who's basically like each and every one of us. Now, is Tony Khan flawed? Absolutely. Maybe does he book a little too much with his heart and maybe not his head sometimes? Sure. We've seen examples of that go bad. But at the end of the day, it was going to go bad whether it was from the heart or from the head in the first place. Because guess what? Wrestling, just like everything else, ain't perfect. But I hate when people sit up there and try to be like, oh, he's too much of a fanboy. Okay, yeah, maybe do the optics look a little funny when he's going around hugging people? Who gives a shit? It's his company. Like, you got people who couldn't pay their bosses to hug them.
Yeah, I don't care, man. It's his talent, man. Hey, man, you good? You cool? You all right? All right, so cold, sweat. If you need anything, let me know. Man, hell yeah, I want my boss to check on me and make sure I'm all right. I'm out here busting my ass to where I might almost get injured. Yeah, of course I want him to hug me, damn it. I want to hug. I want to feel like I appreciate it a little bit.
Hey, job security, literally. Right, embrace me.
I mean, no, shit. You give it at least a little bit. Damn, I'm okay with a little bit.
Hey, what they say in the great book, We Before Me.
Man, right, man, damn. Like, man, damn. Just give me a little bit of love, man. I'll take a little bit over nothing.
Hey, man. Okay.
Any day. So give me a little bit of love and support and appreciation. I'll take that over nothing any day. And that's what it is. He says, Arrow says, at least TK tries to keep his fans with what they want. Yeah. And even when he does it and they say something, he tries to correct it. He tries to do something to say, okay, hey, I do hear you, and this is what we're gonna do. And he'll audible some stuff, and then it end up working out. And it's like, bruh, all right, TK falls off a little bit, and we just, hey, TK, hey man, hey bro, you slipping up a little bit. All right, oh, my bad. Hey, I got you.
Here's the thing about TK. TK petty though, because TK be like, all right, bitch, this is you all. I'm gonna give it to you 10 weeks straight, motherfucker.
And he will. And out of those 10 weeks, And out of those 10 weeks,
Yeah.
6 to 7 of them will be worth it.
Yeah.
And then 6 to 7 will be worth it. And like 3 of them will be like, all right, that was kind of a dud. And you're like, oh shit, well, I guess TK back in his bag this week. So it's like, man, you Doug says hugging you both through the phone. Hey man, that's all it is, man. We just want a little love, man. Look, we just want a little appreciation. We just want to know we matter a little bit. That's all.
Just a little bit.
That's all, man. You ain't got to. You ain't got to kiss my ass or nothing like that. Hey man, you good? I'm good. All right, man, cool. You sure? All right, cool. I'll catch you next time. All right, man. Hey, that goes a long way with the king, man. That goes a long way.
Oh man. Earl says, speaking of Terry Funk, hold on, where is that? Okay, speaking of Terry Funk, that's another name that gets left off the great mid-card list. That is actually very true. But see, he was
okay. To be fair and respectful, for when he was at his best, I would not call him mid-card. If I couldn't call Terry mid-card for his generation. He was a top name. He was a top name. I'm sorry. Terry Funk was a top name. He was somebody that was known. He was recognizable. He did a lot. He went everywhere. He fought everybody. He won time. I think more when he went to his hardcore gimmick and his latter time. Yeah, you could say more of a mid card. But those earlier years, like, man, he was fighting Ric Flair. He was fighting the best, and he was beating him. And I wouldn't necessarily put Terry Funk as a mid card now, unless somebody who watched Terry Funk at that time. Now, again, I didn't get to watch Terry Funk in his glory days. So if somebody on here watched Terry Funk in that time, and you can truly say, being biased and not just because you don't like him, and you can say he's a mid carder, then cool. But I wouldn't call him a mid carder. Not at least his prime years. Now, when he went to ECW and WCW and WWE, sure. I won't argue that.
Doug says, I would like to know Paul Heyman's thoughts on Terry's death. I heard him say one time, if it wasn't for Terry, they would have not been at ECW. Terry played a huge role in ECW.
Hey, somebody had to take that first Extreme Rules match. Somebody had to take that. Oh my God, I can't believe we just seen this happen. It was Terry. Hey, so hey man, Paul owes him for it, bro. He's like, hey man, I need somebody to do something stupid.
Bro, anybody that wrestles in the company with the Dudley Boys, with Rhino,
anybody
with Sandman,
New Extreme Championship Wrestling, like, bro, Extreme.
Yeah. In a bingo hall in Philly that come on at 2:00 in the morning. What are y'all doing? Oh, whoa.
So QT Marshall is the AAA tag team champions. Oh, okay. I thought there was something else.
Hey, why does QT Marshall look like Santino Marella?
Because he does. He's like his older athletic brother.
Hell yeah. Oh man, look at that. My boy JR just slimmed down.
Hey man, look, JR going through that thing too, man. So hey, look, hey, don't have me crying out here about JR, man. We just lost one. Hey, look, bruh.
Nah, yeah, that's gonna be a trip. Good God,
bruh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Don't let that. When that. We're not gonna go there. All right, let's keep moving. All right, man. Look, run through SmackDown real quick. Because we got to get through SmackDown, man. Because Rampage really just gonna be more of a go home show, so we're really just gonna talk wrestling with y'all. But let's run through SmackDown. At least what happened, and then we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. We're gonna shoot the shiz night. All right. Yeah, so of course, man, we started off tonight. We had the Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk tribute. So we had that. We had the 10-bell salute. We had all the superstars on stage for that. First match of the night, we got that boy Rey Mysterio, leader of the LWO and current WWE Hall of Famer. We got Rey Mysterio versus Grayson Waller. Mysterio ended up picking up the victory. We had interference from Waller. We had interference by Theory, and then of course we had Escobar. He came out and helped this guy Ray win. So we had that. We got Damage Control in the back. They had a segment with Bayley putting over Io Sky against her opponent Zelina Vega. Then we had a SmackDown Women's Championship match. We had Io Sky versus Bayley. We had a good showing, man, by Zelina Vega. Zelina, she did her thing. She showed up. She showed out, but of course she was not about to beat Aew, we already knew what that was, but Zelina was one of Bray's favorites, so we had her on the card. She did her thing, and she also got a couple victories over Aew over the last few months. So we got that. So she definitely earned her spot. And then of course we had a Terry Funk hardcore match. We had the Street Profits versus the Brawling Brutes. Bobby Lashley speared the holy high hell. I want to say it was out of Butch, if I'm not mistaken. But we ended up getting the Street Profits. They picked up the victory on that. We got L.A. Knight. Yeah, he came out. He talked about Bray Wyatt. I talked about, his feud that he had with Bray earlier in the year. He also went on to cut a promo on Miz, and he said in the words of somebody, once upon a time, Miz, when you see me, you better run. Then we had L.A. Knight versus Finn Balor. L.A. Knight ended up picking up the victory in the main event over Finn Balor. And then, of course, we had WWE. They ended with the final tribute to Bray Wyatt. That was that. Tonight's episode of SmackDown, man. Not a lot of matches, but the matches we did have were good. Nicely timed, nicely spaced out. But this is all about Bray Wyatt. It was all about Bray. It was all about Terry Funk. We had vignettes and different clips and highlights and special moments and first evers of Bray. Throughout the night. So that was cool. It was also noted. I don't know if they did it yet, but yesterday I read that WWE will be setting up a thing on their website to where all proceeds of any Bray Wyatt merchandise moving forward will go directly to his family, which I feel like, man, that's a class act by WWE. And I'm pretty sure, man, they're going to do way more than that behind the scenes, but that's cool. So moving forward, if you buy any Fiend, any Bray Wyatt merchandise, that would definitely go support, his wife and his babies, and the whole Rotunda family, man. So that's that. And now we hear live on Aew Rampage, but yeah. So
Earl says he didn't like the hardcore match. I actually liked the hardcore match, man. It was Brawling Brutes, Street Profits. That was pretty cool. They was back and forth. Some good action, some good spots. Nothing too crazy, just enough.
Hey,
I thought it was good. I just thought it was good. I didn't dislike it.
The wife, she was in the kitchen and she happened to turn around right at the second. Was it Bobby? Did he spear? Was that Butch he speared?
Yeah,
bro, he speared
the
dog shit out of Butch. I'm like, bro, I'm not taking that from Bobby Lashley on the outside. Not, bro. That was disrespectful.
Yeah, you is. Yeah, you is. You getting paid for them. Yeah, you is.
I'm gonna tell Vince, hey, how much is that? Hey, how much is this one spot if I don't do it? I'm like, go ahead and find me.
It's gonna cost you catering. Oh shit, never mind. I don't want to go. I didn't sat in catering long enough. All right, I'm gonna take this spot. Come on, Bobby. Let's get this on the way, bro.
Hey, bro. I was like, hey, tread lightly, brother. Tread lightly. I need to be able to eat my chocolate covered Oreos back there.
Man, look, you eat those tomorrow, bro. You eat those tomorrow, the next day. You gonna have to give it a couple of days.
And my thing was too, if Earl, maybe I don't know, feel free to correct me. If you didn't like the match because it wasn't hardcore enough,
he said they look generic. He said the Street Profits look generic.
Okay. Are you talking about their attire? The attire looks generic?
I think he just mean period.
That's my thing. I like the Street Profits though. Now I will say this.
Earl gonna have to explain, man. Come on, Earl. We got time. Explain,
here's one thing about the Street Profits I will say. I do feel like I'm kind of confused on what is exactly going on with the Street Profits. And the reason I say that is this. When they came out and they beat the hell out of the Brawling Brutes a few weeks ago, at first, I thought it was a heel turn until the crowd started cheering him. And then Bobby Lashley came out and he got that massive pop. They're like, oh, okay, now they're just being, I guess, more aggressive. But it's like, I do feel like there is a little bit of stagnation in the presentation of the Street Profits. Maybe they need to change up the theme. Maybe it's the presentation that needs to, get overhauled. But I don't think they look.
And I think that's gonna take time. I think that's the thing that Bobby Lashley's doing week by week. He's changing them week by week. We're gonna see them be more of the ruthless side of things, man. And not really, and not so much what we've been used to.
So basically, they slow cooking it. They're not just trying to switch on the dime.
Right. Okay. They slow cooking this thing, man. They building it up because right now, I think a nice little rivalry between Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes against Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits would be nice for them because that'd be a nice little fight because that's a nice group of people that everybody like. We want to see them do more, and to see them fight and give us a new battle of tag teams and what. So I'm good with that, man. As QT Marshall, man, is walking around with a singles championship finally. He had to go to Mexico to get it, but hey,
I'm trying to figure out. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Why the hell did I not know Gravity was a glorified Mexican astronaut?
Yeah. QT reminds me of a young Arn Anderson. Woo. Doug says true. He's doubling down on it. All right, man. Nah, he might have been answering to something else. I don't know if I can agree with that one. Like he is capable in the ring. Maybe it's just his character I don't like. Maybe that's just what it is. It's got to be his character. I don't like that. But
Earl says, not a match to put the Street Profits in. They looked out of place.
Maybe so, man. But right now, I
thought it was cool. I thought it was cool.
It was too. I really did. A hardcore table. I mean, it was a tribute match, but it was a match they had to go out there and fight. You know, they didn't just go out there and squash. They had to go out there and battle. And they battled two guys that that I felt were really worthy. So I didn't have a problem with that. I mean, like I didn't have a problem with the match, but I can understand what Earl is saying. Oh, and the Street Profits ring attire has got to be burn pit. Yeah, it's got to go to the burn pit. All right, maybe
that we can agree on.
yeah, I won't argue too much on that one, man.
But, velvety ass
match. I didn't have a problem with the match itself, man. But maybe they'll work on that as the time goes on, man.
But hey, look. I want to switch things over to you real quick. Let me switch this real quick because now we're in the second hour,
bro. Right now, man. Look, I don't even remember the first match that happened. Oh, it was Orange Cassidy versus think about
it. Hey, to be honest, I forgot too.
I forgot who he was fighting, but he won. I know he won. It was a good back and forth match. Yeah. But like I said, this is this is really just gearing up for All In. This is a tape show that they put together.
And they feel taped. Ain't it crazy how you can tell the difference between the tape show and the live show, whether it's WWE or
you know what? If it wasn't for the fact that they were in London, I would feel different a little bit. But me knowing that they're going to London, they're not. No, it's like hey, we here for the people more than I am for the show. Doug says, I feel like the Street Profits are still baby faces and just waiting on them with Bobby to turn heel. And that's where I feel like he's gearing them up for, which is why they need to do something with these tag team championships, man. You got to do something. You got to put a tournament together and put forth a new number one contender for these tag titles to get them off Kevin and Sammy while these guys are healthy enough. Because if
Kevin can't take no more inches, man.
Right, man. Like in a minute, you either gonna have to vacate the titles or you're gonna have to get somebody else to take the titles off of them. And you gonna have to do that eventually, but you have too much talent that you're trying to push, and I feel like you got to give everybody that something to fight for. The tag team division needs something to fight for because nobody's fighting for the tag team titles. They haven't been defended since.
Damn. They ain't been defended since they beat the Usos, right?
I want to say that was it. Was that a Smackdown or Backlash? Was that Backlash? I think
that was Backlash.
That was Backlash. All right, I ain't seen the tag team. I mean, no,
remember Kevin Owens? He got hurt.
You know what? They did a Raw after that, maybe a week or so after that. Or maybe like a month or so. Like they did a Raw where they had the tag team titles defended, but because they did it against I think Dom had. Oh, it's when Dom had won his North American Championship. He had won his North American Championship then that next week because he had defended no. What it was, the Judgment Day had convinced them to put up their tag team title. Yeah. And then the next week, Sammy had challenged Dom when he had just won a North American Championship. So that was like the last time we seen a tag team title defense around that time when, right after they had beat them and then Dom had won the North American Championship. So it's like we haven't seen it since. So I want to I want more of I needed my tag team division. Doug said, man, I love talking with you two. Love talking with you all. You two have a lot of wrestling knowledge.
Thank
It,
you.
yeah, I mean, most definitely, man. We appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's just fans, man. Bro, man, we're fans like y'all. I'm a little older than him, so I've been watching it a little bit longer than him. That's it. That's all it is.
Hey man, don't let this man lie. Hey, don't let this man lie to you because every chance he try to little bro me. All right, we understand you 25.
Hey, you is little bro. So we
understand you
that's why
25 years old.
generations of wrestling, man. There's a gap between us. I ain't gonna front. There's a gap between. It ain't that huge, but it's huge enough. But still, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, I got to see some things you didn't get to see. You didn't understand what you were seeing. I understood what I was seeing.
Hey, bro, like, hey, back in my day, we had that powder milk.
Hey, bro, it was.
I know about that. Hey, I know about that Tussie.
Yeah, that testing that cures everything. You got a broke leg? Rub some testing on it. Your appendix erupted? Rub some testing on it. You got shot? Rub some testing on it. Hey, bro, there it is, man. Hey, rubber testing. Rubber testing and ginger ale.
Man.
An alcohol bath. Man.
Bro.
God,
yeah.
Hate the alcohol baths. Oh,
hey, come on, man. Hey, in the black household, man, ginger ale, that shit is an antiseptic. It's a party favor. It's whatever you need it to be.
Everything, bro. It's all in one. It's all in one. Robitussin and ginger ale is all in one.
Hey, it's funny. Side note, just because we can never keep this show on the rails. Hey, somebody asked. Hey, one of my homies at the other spot asked me. He's like, "Hey, I got a question." I said, "What's up, man?" He said, "Why do black people keep all their plastic bags in the drawer?" I'm like, "Bruh, because you don't want to. Hey, look, man, it's convenient.
Keep it real.
Garbage bag."
Keep it real. Ain't nobody paying all that goddamn money. That's all it was, man. Hell no, man. Every time you got to throw something away, man, you got to get a fresh ass garbage bag. You run through garbage bags. Hell no. You keep the grocery bag for your little bathroom bags. So that way, anytime they filled up, you throw them out. You just put another one in. I still do it to this day, man. Look here. Just because I moved out the hood don't mean the hood still ain't in me. Man, get the hell out. Hell no.
But it was funny because like the sincerity of like him trying not to offend me, and I laugh because it's true. Hey, bro, I know I got a whole kitchen full of bags.
Hey, that's like asking black people, why do y'all use washcloths? Like, bro, it's just it's just nature. It's just hey, use something to wipe off the part of milk and a block of cheese. Hey, that is the good specials, Errol.
Hey, what is my big salty mothballs?
Oh man, dude, bro, but nah, man, it's as far as what we're with respect to Sunday, I really I was feeling a little let down, but you two have cheered me up. Hey, look here, man, that's what we're here to do. That's why we call it the block party, man. We're here to have fun and have a good time, and let the stress, leave that stress at the door. You can pick it up on the way out, but for right now, man, get that breather. So we appreciate it, man. But I really just think they just gotta put on a good show. I think they got enough talent to put on some good wrestling matches.
Yeah,
like you're gonna get some it's wrestling. Okay, if you understand what the wrestling business is, man. We're going to get showmanship. You're going to get people that do their little gimmicks. You're going to get a little bit of everything. The crowd is going to cheer because we're going to see one person fight against somebody else that they either have seen, but they ain't seen in a while, or some people they ain't seen ever. So, you're kind of going to get all the antics of wrestling. Like you should expect that. Like I expect so much shenanigans. That's why I'm okay with it being a good show. Like I really feel like it's just really a glorified house show, but it's going to be a good show. Like I really believe it's going to be a good show. Butter bowls got everything else in them. You got to find a butter. Got to find the butter by luck of a draw. Or man, look, just don't put spaghetti in the bowl, man, because you're always gonna have that red residue. You no matter how many times.
Hey, look, here we go. Here's where the internet come in handy. TikTok taught me. This is how you get rid of it. Look, so you get you one of your little Tupperware bowls, you get some warm water, you put some dish soap, and I tried this, so it's factual. And then you got to put 2 slices of paper towel in there, and you got to put the little lid on there real tight, shake it up. Dude, I thought that was some bullshit. That shit works.
Hell no. Like 2 sheets of paper towel, like a half a roll of paper towel. Like what you got to put in there?
No, just 2 sheets. Just 2 sheets. Warm water. Well, I use hot water, but they say hot water. Put the lid on, shake it up real good with that soapy water, bruh. Get the stains right out. Like, ain't that some shit?
Damn. All right. I have to try that. All right.
Yeah. Hey, you know how long my wife did not make me chili because we kept staining.
I'm tired of all these goddamn bowls in red. I'm tired of eating my cereal with red milk and
funny topic. Do you want to hear some excellent parenting by me?
Man, sure, man. We always want to hear the parenting styles of franchise. Because boy, we all know how franchise feel about them kids.
Hey, so you know them Takis, right?
Oh shit, yeah.
I didn't realize my son couldn't eat Takis, so I let him eat a bag of Takis. And he came out, he like, Dad, my mouth. I'm like, what's wrong? He said, I'm hot. I'm like, the air on. He said, no, I'm not hot. My mouth. I said, oops. My bad. And needless to say, I heard some lips after that. Hey man, hey, kids gonna be kids. Hey, what's Terry Frank on this
thing? Doug. Hey man. Come get your boy, man. For real.
Hey, look, if it's one thing about me, man, I'm gonna tell the honest truth. I didn't have to admit that, but I feel like the people.
You did not, but at the same time, Doug, come get your boy. Why you feeding my homie Takis, man? Takis, man, for real? Oh my God, my dude's ass was on fire. I bet you it was, man. I bet you it was. That first shit he had to take, man. Oh my God, he didn't know what the hell was. My man mind is blown because he probably didn't know what the hell was going on at that moment, man. Oh man, that's you wrong for that one, man. As we got Luke is coming out with a 69-day reign as TNT champion, even though he doesn't have the belt.
Which is crazy. I want to know, like, does he actually hold the belt backstage? Like,
no,
what does
man,
he
hell no, man. Christian holds that belt all the goddamn time.
Like, I want to know, like, has this man even touched his own title? Like, what is going on?
I doubt it.
Hey, Earl says, what do you say? Too cold. Now you see why we need a hall pass to get franchise to come out and play.
Yes. Hey, he was right. He's like, man, you gotta make sure you ain't in trouble, man. I said, you know what? Let me text him right now. let me let him know, man, just to make sure, because I ain't trying to get in trouble. I ain't trying to get in trouble at all. Oh man, dude, God damn you, man. I love you.
Hey, I love you too, man. Hey, you know what's crazy? You think tonight's something? You just wait, because we about what 60-something hours away.
Man, from an afternoon show. Yes. Yeah, we are.
I'm pretty sure my math is all fucked up. I'm pretty sure it ain't 60 hours.
It probably ain't, but you know it's all good.
No, I'm terrible.
It's about 48. I'd say about a little less than 48. Because it's 1 p.m. show, so I say we're about less than 48. But it's all good though. I got you. I
can't wait to see all of our random ass fans and people we just never seen just hop on our streams just talking reckless. Because we good for at least 5 new people.
Hey, we're gonna get. Hey man, look, it's all in. Everybody's gonna be watching to see how good or how bad it's gonna be. Regardless of that, the people are gonna tune in. Luchasaurus got a squash win. Not even gonna go no further than that. But no, I again, that's why I feel like, man, people are gonna watch it. Um,
They've
people
already
gonna tune
done,
in
I think, 90,000 pay-per-view buys already domestically, which is huge for them.
for All In.
All in. So far, 90,000 people bought the pay-per-view. I was one of them, so that's true.
I mean, I again, man, like it's like people want to see, like, man, is this gonna be a crash or burn?
Well,
And
Bully Ray, he even said it. He said this might be the one pay-per-view where every single AEW fan that has the ability to buy or find a way to watch it will tune in.
exactly, and that's why, and that's the importance of having other companies, like having AEW to be able, and the only reason AEW stands out because they're on a bigger platform to display what they are, other than what Impact or Ring of Honor is or New Japan, because New Japan is international, and over there they, you can see them all over. Over here, you got to have certain channels, and if you ain't got it, you ain't getting it. So it's so important, and because of how important it is, like I say, it's helped trickle down to everyone else. But for them moving forward, this is it. Like this is it. Like this is what you needed. You needed that show. And even though, let's be real, when they sold out to 10,000 seats, that was big.
Yeah.
When every pay-per-view they pretty much put on, they pretty much sold out. When the pay-per-view buys were up, and it's like, why are people buying these pay-per-views? One, because they don't put on a pay-per-view every month. It's like every 2 to 3 months. And by the time they put that pay-per-view on, you got about a quality of worth of matches to watch. So it's taking its time for some people to grow. It's taking its time for some people to really show that they're more than what, just some indie, wrestler, that they can be, a mainstream guy or woman. And dude, I now after 4 years, here it is. Here's TK shot.
And I'm excited, dude. Like
I am too.
I know I keep saying this 1,000 times, but it's like, dude, it's like, yeah.
I feel you too, Doug. Don't worry.
What do you say? What do you say?
He says, why do most of the big men in wrestling use the choke slam? He said something else, but I got what he said. Because it's like the super kick. The choke slam and the super kick have become synonymous regular moves in today's wrestling because they were the moves that everyone wanted to do when we were growing up. When you think about it, it's like, bro, like everybody wanted to do the super kick. Everybody wanted to, if you were a big man, you want to use the choke slam or the power bomb, or there's just certain moves everybody wanted to use. And now wrestling has evolved where that one move can be used to but to push forward a match in a certain way and how it's used. But now we got too many people overusing it. That's the problem.
I was just about to ask you that because what about like back in the day, right? Like, and of course, wrestling is kind of like a cycle of reinventing the wheel. But it's kind of like, okay, if a woman had this color hair, you couldn't have that color hair. If a guy had this color hair, this blah blah, it was just certain unwritten rules. Where it's like, I think now, things are a little lax. Like, bro, I dare a motherfucker back in 1999 to use a tombstone power driver and do it the same way Undertaker did it. I dare somebody.
Only person who could was Kane. Only person who could was Kane.
Exactly. But see, Kane and Undertaker, especially early in their careers, Kane's moveset mirrored Taker's. So I get that with the whole brother. But it was just like even with the super kick, it's like, bro, and don't get me wrong, I love the Usos, I love the Young Bucks, but it's like, bro, to me, I feel like there's certain moves that should stay strictly as match enders. Like the super kick, I feel like is the one to get to use. The Canadian Destroyer, bro. When I first seen P.D. Williams do that, I'm like, yo, what the hell is that? Now it's like, bro, I seen Goldust do it 20 times. He's 60.
And the thing is, you have to take in consideration when Shawn Michaels did it. It wasn't just a super kick. It was tuning up the band. All right.
Yeah.
What he do? He go to the corner. He
Yeah.
he stump his feet, and then he'll stump that one foot, and then everybody doom, and then he was doom, and then he was doom. It's like he was gearing up to hit that sweet chin.
It was the presentation
Bing, and it was over. It was over. It was the presentation of it.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Where now it's more of a reversal, quick kind of a thing you can do. But I'm not mad at them for that. Because again, you know, the moveset of the business has changed.
Yeah.
So again, it's something that it's a basic move that one guy made into his move, and he made it in such a powerful move to where no one else could do it.
Yeah.
Once he retired, it was free for all. But in the independent circuit, everybody's a mirror of the big time stars and stuff like that. So you were going to have that, but yeah, there are certain moves. No, the tombstone power drive is not a move you see every day. The stunner, you only see The Rock. I mean, not The Rock. You only see Kevin Owens do the stunner. You might have seen a couple of other people, but it didn't really take well like it does with KO.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think KO even called and he got permission, so that's the difference.
Yeah, he did. But that's what set up. That's what helped set up the match between him and Austin at WrestleMania. That's what helped get Austin prepared to want to come back and have one more match and rest and do what he did. Like that was that. Like that, of course, man. That was paying homage, but yet also, just doing something that you never thought you'd be able to do. Like, come on, man. If you're a wrestler of now and you got an opportunity to wrestle and get your ass whooped by Stone Cold Steve Austin,
and the fact this man swore he would never step in the ring again, and you ain't
gonna do it. You ain't gonna, man. Please. Hey, Steve, how many stunners am I taking? How many? I just need to prepare. I just want to make sure that when you stun me, man, I make it look good every time, bro. Every stunner gonna look good. It's gonna look good.
Hey, he said, "I'm gonna get a rock and run for his money."
Right, it's gonna be A1. Every stunner you give me, bro, it's gonna be A1. I just need to know how many you're gonna give me, so I'm prepared, so I can make sure my endurance is up. Because I know you're gonna walk a mud hole dry and stump, and you're gonna walk a mud hole and stump it dry. So I already know what it is. Hell yeah, I'm doing it.
Hey, when he used to do those rattlesnake stomps in the corner, I want to know how many times he accidentally booed a motherfucker in the mouth. Because bro, he was getting close up there in that neck.
I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 times he hit somebody in the mouth, but especially when the match called for recklessness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't hit a few people in the mouth. But
it's one of them like I asked for forgiveness later, but right now you better get this.
Oh, well, them receipts come real quick. Receipts come back real quick. As we got Ruby Soho, we got Britt Baker, and we got that girl Soraya coming out.
Ooh, yeah, living la vida loca.
And we are at the main event. Tony still.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, this show going by quick. We an hour in already.
I mean, bro, we've been talking with the people. We've been paying tribute to some legends.
Yes, sir.
We've been talking wrestling, man. When we get into this mode, when we get to what we've been doing, time just seems to go by, man. So without a doubt. But man, let's catch up with some of these comments of what the people are saying. Doug says, man, I liked it when the Hurricane tried to do it. That was different.
The double toe slam,
trying to do a big dude's move, and it's like, bro, we know you're a superhero, but you're not gonna get this off, right? So there's a difference between someone doing something and there's a purpose to it, and then someone just doing something, every time, like all the time, on just on regular basis. The Hurricane doing that was just it had its moments. Right now, as we're waiting on the current AEW Women's Champion to come out and join the DMD, Britt Baker, as they go up against Soraya and Toni Storm.
Speaking of that, you good, bro?
And then of course, man, he says, I remember one time the Hurricane tried to do so, to try to do the chokeslam with Triple H and Stone Cold at the same time. And yeah, it was funny. It was goofy because it's like, bro, really? Like, really? You thought, but again, it served a different purpose. They didn't try to make us believe that this small ass dude was gonna choke slam these guys like that. Like that's not what they tried to do. So it was funny in what they did. Again, it's all about the purpose and the delivery.
Hey, do you remember Sugar Shane and the Sugar Babies?
Oh man, you stupid. Not Sugar Shane, it's Sugar Baby. Earl says, remember Undertaker had to get special permission to use the power driver because it was banned for years. Yeah, but the way he did it and protected the wrestler is the reason why it was synonymous, and it never ever got issued or ever again, because he was the only one that did it. And even when people did it on them, I'm sure they had to practice doing it so they wouldn't mess him up. Because there was a couple times when Edge or Batista or a couple of Randy Orton, they would do it to him to kind of mock him, and then he just get up and whoop their ass. Only as the Undertaker would do.
Which is crazy. Undertaker tall as shit, man. It's like I would not want to be the one that had to give his act. It's like, bro, I don't want to be the reason.
That's why a lot of times, if you ever notice, like when Edge did it, like half his leg, like the boy, like his weight was on his shoulder. Like a lot of times it didn't look like a full but because he was so tall, compared to certain people. So it didn't always look great, but it was just the fact that everything else about the match was good. We understood the purpose of why they were doing it. And it's like, oh, you did you done messed up. And we didn't think about how good or how bad it was. We were thinking about the fact that, bruh, you just tried to tombstone the Undertaker and mock him. Oh, he about to whoop that ass. And that's all we were thinking about.
That used to be the scariest shit, like with him, especially when Kane had the mask on and they get their ass beat. Then in the middle of the match, they just sit up like, bro, like, well, just straight, just like, how do you sit up like that? And then they turn, look, and they're like, yeah, this match over.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and cue the gong. Dong. All right.
Dong. Doug says, thank you guys and Earl for cheering this 52-year-old man up. Doug, that's what we do.
Hey, man, Doug, that's what we do, man. That's what we do, man. Sir. We want everybody to enjoy themselves and have a good time, man. No matter what you're going through, man. And I hope brighter days come for you.
You know what? Speaking of enjoy themselves, man, because we started off so somber, I didn't get a chance, man, to cheer the people up. So just for the king, man, I got.
Yeah. I like it.
Like it.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. I like it.
Like it.
Oh yeah, man.
All right, man. Yeah, I like it.
There we go.
Appreciate it.
I got you. I ain't forgot.
No, appreciate it, man. But but what are y'all thoughts? I mean, y'all kind of pretty much told us your thoughts on SmackDown and the tribute and whatnot, man. But just while we're talking, why it's AEW's time, man. What are y'all thoughts for the Sunday, man? What match, or better yet, what matches? What top 3 matches are you guys looking forward to seeing this Sunday? Earl says, I'm trying to remember who it was that botched the power driver to get it banned. I'm thinking it was Gray Valentine. I think it was him or one of them. It was either Valentine. I don't want to say it was Rude. I don't think it was Rude. Yeah, somebody. I can't exactly remember at this moment, but it don't sound too far off though. Earl. Doug says, do you think MJF will keep the belt on Sunday? Doug? Yes.
Yeah,
the question will be, will he be a double champion or just a one-time champion?
Tisk, my man. Tisk.
Oh man,
I got some ice cream in there, man. But I feel like if I eat it, man, I'm gonna take a massive.
Ooh, you shouldn't do that. No.
Hey, boy. Hey,
you get your 10-5 when you need it, brother. Let me just tell you that right now.
Oh man,
we both got places to go in the morning. You ain't gonna get that 10-5 when you need it.
Oh man, I don't even know where I'm at, man.
Well, you told me already, so I'm already mentally prepared where I'm at.
Yeah. What did he say? Speaking of Booker, you guys see the video of him live on podcast when the news broke about Bray. Ironically, I seen that yesterday. You talking about the Hall of Fame podcast with him and Brad Gilmore. Dude, it was weird. Okay, so to go back to Bray. So at the same time you and I was recording, Booker T and his co-host, they were recording their podcast. And it's funny in an ironic way. The way me and you looked as the information was coming live on the feed, they found out the information live at the same time we did. It was kind of like everybody kind of had that, like, oh shit, like, do we stop recording?
right,
like,
man. It's like
it was such an awkward moment.
Like that, because that was like that was out of nowhere, dude. Like that walked up and said, "Hi, surprise, bitch," and then smacked the shit out of you. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck? And that's what that was. It was like, dude, shit, dude. Like it's still days later, it's still that way. Yeah. So it's like, it's gonna be a minute to process, man. Because again, man, we've been all saying, everybody been saying he's coming back for SummerSlam. He's coming back for this. He's coming back for like we're still waiting for him to come back. We still waiting on him to come back.
Yeah,
like that's the problem. We're waiting on this man to come back, and that sucks because he's not coming back.
Doug says, when I first saw the news about Bray on Facebook, I didn't believe it. Of course, man. I think we all did that first. If you seen me when I was on air, I was like rapidly.
We were both sitting here like, all right, y'all, we're gonna have to pause for a minute, and we both looking
because you know on social media.
Shout out to Flawless for the drop, by the way.
Oh yeah, because you know on social media, you know people just say any and everything, so you never really know what to believe. You know how many damn rest in peace hoaxes they put on Twitter, and then it's like, oh, this motherfucker's alive, and then like, oh,
right.
So, but. You know, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. But I mean, hey, look, you know, all we can do as fans is one, be respectful.
Pay our respect.
You know,
keep it pushing.
You know, of him and his wife and everything like that. But it's like they gonna have their own time to grieve and do all that. So you know, we hurting as fans, but bro, we ain't feeling the tenth of what those who actually knew him felt. So all we can do is, man, be respectful.
Them wife and kids, bro. That's the man. There ain't nothing topping with them wife and kids. Them babies, bro. I know he was married to the first. I think he got like one or two with the first wife and whatnot, and you know, but them new babies, man, Man, I must say, though, Raw should give Terry Funk a proper tribute on Monday. He was overshadowed by Braves tonight. Honestly, he was, but to be fair, I think they did proper by Terry Funk by having Cody come out and talk. Like it wasn't just a little small thing. Like Cody came out and he said a lot. Like he talked about Terry Funk. Like he gave the tribute to Terry Funk. Plus, Terry Funk was last week. It just so happened after Terry Funk got back, it's like Bray Wyatt dropped. So it's like Bray Wyatt was fresh because of the time frame. WWE wasn't on TV. There was nothing they could do other than send the news out on Twitter. So they had to spend Friday paying tribute to him because, again, Terry Funk has a legendary career. Yeah. This, and again, we're waiting for him to return. Like we were just waiting, like we were waiting for him to return, man. So I get what you're saying, Earl. But I don't think there's too much more. You can just be respectful and not try to belittle Terry Funk because Bray Wyatt passed, which they're not doing. But because Bray was so fresh in the news, that's why they had to, you know, really give him his flowers tonight. But they also made sure, we not forgetting Terry Funk. That's why Cody, who's on Raw, showed up, gave witty speech. They honored Terry Funk by having the tag team table match that you did not like. Funk died. They honored Terry Funk on Monday, so he died like over the weekend or something. It was like a day or so before Monday because they had showed a thing on Monday. I believe they did, or was it Tuesday? It might have been Tuesday. I think during NXT, I think it was Tuesday when they did that. It might have been Tuesday for NXT. And then Bray hit, but at the same time, they're close back to back. But I think again, having Cody come out and talk about the legendary career of Terry Funk, what he's done, who he's fought, and then for you to see the video of everything he's done. But then not to say that they still can't do something for both of them on Monday, which you know they will, because it's too fresh. It's still too fresh. But they got a pay-per-view coming up, so you know they're gonna do what they do with this.
Absolutely. But man, look, I don't want to end this on a somber note. We got AEW.
Man, we still got a match to go. Man, the match ain't over yet, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
We still got AEW going on. We got Tony Storm delivering a whole bunch of sweet cheek music. Yeah.
No, Doug. I know he had an illness. He was battling an illness as far as Terry. So I feel like it was, natural, causes for him.
For him to have been in as much hardcore shit.
2, Tony with the breakup.
For him to be in as much hardcore shit as he was in and to live as long as he did, good man. God was on his side because boy, Terry was a crazy son of a bitch. Oh, golly.
Most definitely.
I ain't gonna lie, this women's match ain't been look. This women's match ain't look bad. They looking
It's been kind of chaotic. That's why.
It's
been kind of chaotic, but yeah, at the same time, it was a kind of good chaotic because she didn't and oh damn, she didn't have took the green spray to the face.
Let me ask you
this. And she just dead Britt Baker. Oh,
you said who did?
Oh, okay. That adds a little spice to the fatal 4-way for Sunday. Ooh. Now okay. So what happened was Tony sprayed Sheeta in the face with the green paint. She was trying to do it to Britt, but Sheeta interfered and she got it sprayed in her face. Britt saw that, took out Tony, tried to help Sheeta, but Sheeta gave her the stiff elbow to the face, which helped Sheeta get the Saraya get the victory. And now Tony Storm and Saraya are standing in the ring holding the championship, pulling it back and forth like I should hold it. No, I should hold it. Like you already had it. It should be me. But yeah, this is gonna be okay. All right, Tony, you added a little spice to the women's match. I like it. I ain't mad at it.
Damn, hey, Britt Baker kicked her. I just seen she just kicked the shit out that can.
Right, like she hit her like, but I even think Britt I don't even think Britt can really take that really too much to the heart. Like it's like, nah, you were blinded. You don't know who the hell I walked up on. You just right. It's wrestling. Come on now. Yeah. All right, no problem. But yeah, okay. Nice little finish. Give the women some chance considering it's the only women's match again, which Tony, bruh.
But we got another women's main event. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it,
but bruh, you gotta have more than just this. You gotta have
that
more
is true. That is true.
You come on, man.
Maybe he'll make up. Maybe he will make up for that all out. Hopefully,
all in. Oh no, he got to make up for it all in. Like, bro, you need to add another match. Like, I'm sorry, you need to add another match.
I agree. It's gotta be Athena. It's gotta be Athena.
It could be Athena or it can be Statlander. But if there's travel issues, now if there's travel issues, that's a different story. All right, then you know what? Don't worry about it. I understand. Do what you do for All Out. But right now, if it's not, bro, you gotta do something. But it is what it is. All right, man. So Doug says, did they? Oh no. Doug. Oh, I didn't answer his question. He said, thank you. Earl says, now that's what you ain't gonna do is ask me to buy a front row seat and have Saraya shouting in my direction, spitting and shit. I mean, some people. Hey, man, look at some people ain't gonna be mad about Saraya spit. Now, Doug says, man, do you think they might be some big surprises on Sunday? I do. I don't know what. I think there could be a couple of surprises. They did not decide to add another person to the Stadium Stampede, so it's just a 5-on-5. so we don't have to worry about one more person or joining that group. Because originally it was supposed to be 606. I mean, we can see a couple of people show up. I don't know. Nothing too crazy, but then again, it's AEW, it's Wimbledon, they're in London. If anything, it's all fan service. So I don't see nobody coming in. I mean, unless somebody that's injured is fully healed and ready to come back. I don't really see too much other than just something that's more catered to fan service than anything.
No, I agree 100%. I'll tell you what will be making a special appearance. It's gonna be the King over the compound of the franchise on the west side. Yay. And we're gonna have a whole bunch of greasy foods and alcoholic beverages, so you know what that means. A whole bunch of shenanigans.
Yeah, for sure, man. But with that being said, man, again, man, nice tribute, to the fallen ones, Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. I never have a problem with WWE's production as far as what they put together, the video packages. I never have a problem with that. They always hit the mark with that. But as far as just the what the wrestling, the other stuff, pretty decent night. I'll give it a mid. I'll be nice. It's a mid.3. There was some good wrestling. I'm not gonna say there wasn't. There was some good wrestling. It was a mid.5. I give it a mid.5. I gave it 3.5. And call it what it is. We knew AEW was. It's all good, Earl. We got to go work in the morning too. AEW was what it was, but we know there's build up for All In Sunday, and WWE is just getting ready for Backlash next week. So, and of course they're dealing with the loss of those wrestlers that they had. So, I'm not really, I ain't really got too much big feelings on tonight, other than just enjoying talking to the people. Really, that was the highlight for me, talking to the people.
Absolutely. You know how we do, man. This is our last show before the big show Sunday. And with that being said, man, we started off.
I like it, Earl. I like it.
We started off tonight, showing
Put
respect.
that up on the screen. What Earl said last, yeah.
We started off the night showing respect. I want to end the night showing respect. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW. Thank you, Doug. And thank you to everybody that tuned in. And before we get out of here, man, I want to do one final salute for Bray.
And real quick, we will not be on tomorrow night. So we will see y'all Sunday for All In.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we bid you adieu.
Please join us for a moment of silence in our traditional 10-bell salute.